Hey, what's going on, Disney Cruise fans? Hey, a lot of fun stuff today. We'll get into it in a little bit, but there is some Disney Cruise news I wanted to drop on you. Get that out just so you're aware of a few things, and then a big announcement coming from Disney Cruise Line. First, Disney Dream and Disney Wish had scheduled stops in Nassau as well as Castaway Cay. However, weather has indicated otherwise. So their current itinerary, actually scheduled for today, will change. They'll have a sea day and a day at Nassau. So the Wish is going to miss Castaway Cay altogether. Bummer for those on that. But hey, you're still on a Disney cruise, still having an amazing time. But at some point, make sure if you haven't been, get back to Castaway Cay. She is a beautiful, beautiful island. And a sea day, I will never complain about an additional sea day. Oh my goodness. What a chance to just explore the ship, everything she has to offer, and enjoy that sea day. The Disney Adventure, she's continuing on her journey. She is currently in Willemstad, Curacao. I highlight this because, as you may know, she's heading down and is going to go through the Panama Canal. And some people have asked, can she fit? Can she fit through the canals? Actually, yes. When they widened those many years back, a lot of the larger cruise ships can now fit through. The concern was the bridge of Americas, bridge to the Americas, whatever that's called, on the Pacific side, she would not be able to fit under. So if you look at the Adventure and you wonder, why do her funnels look squished or short? Well, that's why. They haven't completed those yet, simply so she can fit under the bridge on her way to the West Coast and then eventually over to Singapore. Her maiden voyage is scheduled for March 10 to 13th in Singapore. Finally, coming out of Disney Cruise Line, actually pretty big news. Unfortunately, it wasn't me. I wasn't picked. I wasn't chosen. Kidding aside, Miss Tracy Wilson will be the new Senior Vice President and General Manager of Disney Cruise Line, and I'll post that up here. Stating as Disney Cruise Line announced today that Tracy Wilson has been appointed Senior Vice President and General Manager, Disney Cruise Line Operations, following the retirement of long leader Sharon Siskey, who has guided the business through one of the most transformative periods in history. Anyway, that's it on the news. Want to get into it today with you, for you, so you can see such an amazing time I continue to have on the Destiny. Took some highlights. This one, today's video, all about the villains. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Disney Destiny, Disney villains, let's go.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
Hey, well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Disney Cruise fans. Welcome to the show. My name is David. I am your host, and this is the Bare Necessities. All right, let's get into it. The Disney Destiny. If you're familiar at all with the theming of the ship, this is the villains and heroes type theme for this cruise ship. You walk on to the Grand Hall or the atrium. Actually, on the Wish class, they call it a Grand Hall. You're going to see Black Panther, and you're going to see just an amazing, gorgeous atrium. You get to explore that throughout your time on the ship. But some of the over-the-top moments, to me, over-the-top, what Disney did to elevate their game, if you will, is you had these sessions, they're not really meet and greets, maybe mini shows, skits. I don't know if I call them skits, but anyway, and we'll get into that. You'll see it with the villains, right? And pay attention to that Navigator app, because you're going to find Legend of Loki. That is on the first day, and it's only the first day. It's like 5 p.m. on embarkation day. It's in the Grand Hall. You're going to absolutely want to attend that. This is where Loki comes and takes over the ship and has stated that only Loki can do. You know how, just like he did for the movies, no spoiler here, you'll get to see that. The storytellers, there's Doc Gamble and Zaya. They are the two that blend these stories together, that are the entryway into Loki, the entryway into time spent with Cruella de Vil, entryway into a comedic, entertaining show with Marvel. They just do a fantastic job, and you'll see some of that here as well. Some of the other villains, we got to do a parlor visit with Dr. Facilier. Pay attention to this in your Navigator app when you're on the Destiny. And I say that because there's two different events that happen with Dr. Facilier, from Princess and the Frog, of course. There's a general meet and greet, and that's not what this is. You want to go to the one that says Dr. Facilier, and it's a parlor. Just click on or push on the details. It'll open it up, and it says time in the parlor. And the reason I say that, because this was such a cool time. There was only, I think, 8 of us in the room at a time. And you go in and you have this one-on-one type setting with Dr. Facilier inside his parlor. If you think back to Princess and the Frog, when Naveen and Lawrence are inside his area, it's just like that. And he was amazing. We also had time with Maleficent. She comes out inside Saga, and the whole place just changes, and you feel like you're inside her dungeon. Amazing, amazing times. And then we'll get into Cruella de Vil, only like Cruella can do. Oh my goodness. Her character on the ship, she does an amazing job. Absolutely in character, 100%. Phenomenal, knocked it out of the park. Acting, entertaining, enjoying, felt like you're inside that life at that time. Absolutely wonderful. Disney just crushed it when they brought her on board for that role. Absolutely amazing. And you're inside Cruella de Vil's piano bar called De Vil's, and it's called Troublemaking with Cruella. And I want to highlight this just for a moment, if I can, because inside some of these pubs and places are where these shows take place. You can have meet and greets with Cruella de Vil, but this in particular, Troublemaking with Cruella de Vil, is an adult-only experience. So if you're traveling with young ones, just keep that in mind. They don't want to entertain the young ones inside. It's a bar atmosphere. It's after hours. You don't want to be caught up in there with your kids and everything. So just be aware. And it says it in the Navigator app that it's adult only. You can absolutely meet Cruella during meet and greets, just not inside the Troublemaking with Cruella. All right. Hey, that is everything I could think of about giving intros into today, what we got. We also did a quick tour of the stairwell side. Actually, let me get into that real quick before we jump in. The stairwell on the Destiny, again, just crazy over the top. The forward end of the ship is all villains. The aft end of the ship is all of your heroes. The forward end of the ship, you will know when you step off the elevator, if you see Maleficent's dragon carpet, you're forward. Aft, if you see Sorcerer Mickey in the carpet, you're in the heroes and you're aft. It's just so cool how they do that. Forward, inside the elevators, you have Minnie's voice telling you which deck, which floor you're on. Aft, with the heroes, you have Mickey's voice. They just crushed it. And so we have a quick tour of the stairwell with some of those photos, some never even seen before. Oh my goodness, all of the villains. Again, today's emphasis is on villains. So let's get into it. Quick highlights of some of the shows. Enjoy.
Hey, good evening, Disney fans. This is really cool. So on each level on the Disney Destiny, you will see they have these different villains and heroes artwork. We are on the villains side of the ship. So I suspect we're going to see villains all the way down. This is so cool. So many amazing, cool things. They're just taking the steps because so much to see. And then the main carpeting down this end is Maleficent's dragon. That's how you know you're on the villains end. The hero side will have something different. On the villains end, inside the elevator, you have all the villains, but Minnie Mouse is letting you know what floor you're on. So fun that she's the automated voice on the elevator. All right, come down. Oh my goodness. We've got Ursula, Just so fun. Oh wow, how cool is that? Star Wars Bay. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness, evil stepmother. Stepsisters. Giselle and Tremaine. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, you guys will just have to explore. This is amazing. Oh. Mistress of Evil, here we go. Wow.
This is the legend of Logan, the throneless god.
All right, and last but certainly not least, who is Odin's second-born son? That mischievous shapeshifter, the trickster destined to lose. What's his name?
Yes, Loki, the god of mischief.
Everyone.
Unlike any city I was at before. You there. Tell me, what type of place is this? Your king is here!
Husband to Anita, my dear old school chum. That's the thing, I once called her friend, and she was mocking me behind my back. Oh, poor me. Yes, I've no solution. What to do? What to do?
Well, well. The king's loyal subjects, here for an audience with you. Now, change, it is time. Past jagged rock and lines of war, a princess sleeps 16 years more. A spell unleashed no longer stays, and memories of a princess
Hey everybody, hey, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're ready and more anticipated and more excited now as you get ready for your first trip on the Destiny. Just a few quick notes. I don't know if you could hear it in the background. I absolutely can. I love when you're just walking about the ship. You could hear it in the stairwell. That was not music that I put on it. That was just Toy Story music playing in the background. I love that Disney does that. I did hear, just like I said, Minnie's voice, doors closing on the elevators as you're going down the stairwell. That was fun. One final note about Dr. Facilier's parlor. This is important so you don't show up and then you're trying to do everything with your stuff. Your cell phone, your camera, whatever audio video devices you have for the trip, and you're always trying to get footage of everything, you can't have them there. You get inside, you have an up-close, intimate setting with Dr. Facilier. I'm not going to spoil anything, but just know that you cannot have any audio, video, cameras, phones, or anything like that inside the parlor. They want to protect the integrity of what happens inside that show, and I absolutely loved it. I know you will too. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Consider subscribing, give it a like, hit a thumbs up. I'll put some other videos up here, and until next time, we'll see you real soon.